So let's go over this individual tax project that you have to do the bookkeeping for this company. It's a brand new company. So 2 months of transactions. You need to read the problem first and see what the problem says. So the problem, when you download it, it says that this is a new company opened on June 1st, and you need to record the transactions, do the adjusting entries at the end of each month, and prepare financial statements. After you prepare financial statements, remember you need to do closing entries. And after you do closing entries, the temporary accounts will be so-called closed, and you continue your next month with new set of revenues and expenses for that month. So you can have monthly financial statements for month of June after doing adjusting entries, and then for month of July after doing adjusting entries. One thing that I like to mention here says first payment is due on June 1st. That's a typo. The first payment is due on July 1st. So remember that transactions that you need to pay the first payment on July 1st. At the June 2nd, you are purchasing this equipment and you are putting $2,400 down. That's fine. You're buying $16,800 equipment and you are putting $2,400 down. That's the transaction. The rest will be just a note for 1 year, but the first payment is due 30 days later on July 1st, not June 1st. So that's a typo, remember that please. So I'm gonna do the first journal entry, so you see the process. So begin the business by depositing $20,000 in the bank, and you need to understand what to do in this case, okay? So here we go. You would say June 1st, and if there's no star, that's good. There might be a star in few places, but they are not important places. So 99% star will give you a good idea if the thing that you are doing is right or wrong. There are a few places that might mess up a little bit, but the numbers never get messed up, so you are fine on that. Here we go. So I'm gonna choose cash because that's the cash that goes into the business checking, and the post reference for cash account, it's starting with 1, and 111 is the best, looks like here. I'm gonna try that, and there you go. There's no star next to it, so I'm fine. And I'm gonna type this one, and I'm not gonna type most of the things, but this one I would type because $20,000 is gonna go into the business, and there will be an initial deposit for that. So what would be the credit? You need to do equals to. So I'm gonna say equals to $20,000, enter. So I just typed the 20,000 here. I'm gonna choose the account that it goes, which is owner's capital, in this case, Bob Lutz capital. And account number starts with 3. I'm gonna look for something like 311 is good. Yeah, 311 is good. So there you go. As you see, there is no star whatsoever at this point. And you can save this, but before save it, make sure you put your name, first name, last name, and class, section, whatever it is. Put that over there, class name and class CRN number, and your first and last. And now I'm gonna post this at this point. Make sure you always post right after the journal entry. So here we go. I'm gonna go all the way down to the T account, and I'm gonna create a T account, and I'm gonna make it a smart T account. So here we go. Cash is already here. All I need to do is choose the account number, which is 111, put the date, which is June 1st, and reference number will be journal entry page 1. And cash has been debited already, so I'm going to go on the debit side. I'm gonna say equals to, and I'm gonna go all the way up and click on that $20,000 and enter. Now the T account is not smart yet, so I'm gonna go to the balance section of the T account, and I'm gonna say equals to the $20,000. It's on the debit side, so there you go. And I'm gonna make it smarter than this. So right below it, I'm gonna say equals to the beginning balance of debit plus the possible debit in the next transaction minus, sorry. So it looks like, let's do it again. So equals to the beginning balance of debit plus debit of next transaction minus credit of next transaction possibly, enter. So if I click here, as you see at the top, I have a formula, and that formula will be used by copy pasting all the way down. So grab the fill handle and use the same formula all the way. As you see, all of them has a star. That means the number is not correct, which obviously it is the way it should be. But if my next transaction comes in, those numbers will be clear and star will go away. So cash is smart at this point. Cash T account, I like it. So I'm going to keep it the way it is. Click save to save this document again, and then post the next one. The next one is going to be capital. So here I go to capital. I click on stock account number. Let's say starting with 3, which is 311 for capital. That's good number. June 1st. And reference number is journal entry page 1, which was the top page. And I'm going to go to debit. No, I'm going to go to credit. Equals to, and I'm going to push all the way up. Find that $20,000 credit. Click enter. So all of a sudden, the 20 is just right there, and it says equals to Q15. Now I'm going to make this smart again. So I'm going to go on the credit side. Be careful. If it's credit, you go on the credit side also, and you say equals to $20,000 credit, enter to make it smarter than this. Now the next cell, I say equals to the top $20,000 minus the debit that might come in the next transaction, plus the credit that might come in the next transaction, enter. And now here I have a formula. I'm going to grab the fill handle and I'm going to push it down. And there you go, it's $20,000. So far, so good. So I'm going to click save again and go to the next transaction and all the way up. And you have to do the next transaction. So next transaction, it looks like you paid for the first month rent. So I'm gonna maybe do this one also just to push you through. So here is the problem, says pay the rent for the store for the current month. Because it says current month, that's a rent expense immediately, $1,700. Very good. I'm gonna go and do it. So here is June 1st again. I'm gonna pay for rent expense. So look for it somewhere here. Rent expense. Store rent expense, that's good. Account number for rent expense. Expense starts with normally, let's say 5. Okay, so what do you like? Maybe 511. Maybe, I don't know, let's see. Yeah, 511 is good. And the amount is, let's see how much is there. 1,700. Very good. So let's go to 1,700. That's the type. But the next credit, I'm not going to type it. I'm going to say equals to 1,700. enter. So far, I don't have a star either, so it looks like good. And I'm gonna pay this from my cash account, so cash will be credited. It goes to credit far away, and everything looks good here. Just I need a reference number. Cash account is 111. I remember that, so that's good. I did the journal entry. Now I'm gonna post it to the T account. So all the way down, I'm gonna go to cash and then rent expense. So let's go. Here is the cash. So that's June 1st again. Journal entry page 1. Yes, it's correct. This time cash goes out of pocket. It's a credit. So equals to, and then I go all the way up again and click on the cash that it says credit 1700, enter. And as you see, look at this, $18,300 is the balance right now, and the star went away. There you go. That tells me that I'm doing a really good job so far. All I need to do is just post it rent expense. So I'm gonna go figure out where the rent expense is. Keep going, and store rent expense. Awesome, here. So June 1st is the date that I paid from journal entry page 1, and that's gonna be on the debit side. No more balance for any expense is debit, so equals to, and I'm gonna go all the way up, find that journal entry, click on the debit 1700 rent expense, enter. Now rent expense needs to be getting smarter also. This is not smart yet, so I'm gonna just fix the T account number, which is 511 possibly. I think, yes, that's it. And I'm gonna go to the debit side on the balance and say equals to whatever is on the debit side, enter. And right below it, I'm gonna make it smarter also. So here's equals to the original 1700 that I have at the top, plus the debit that comes later on, minus credit that comes later on, and enter. That's $1,700 at this point. And I'm gonna grab the fill handle. You see that small box right there? Grab it with your mouse, pull it down. Perfect. So far, so good. $1,700 is my rent expense balance at this moment. All you need to do now, do the rest of it. So go to the next transaction, read the problem, and do the journal entries.